All right, now we go to the big screen. We've only got one movie to review, and it's called Pain and Gain. Now, is everybody on the show familiar with the actual true events of this?
Sort of. I know it's a lot darker than. Yeah, I know it's a lot darker than what the trailer implies it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the fact that it's based on a true story. I mean, that there were actually weightlifters that tortured people in order to take their fortune, and there were people killed. I mean, it's a really sadistic fucking... Exactly. Oof. Oh, it's so funny, Michael Bay. It's so funny. Well, he tried to... Michael Bay, who I actually like. I've defended him many a time. Armageddon, I love. Bad Boys 2, I don't care who you are. Running over corpses is fucking funny. No, but this... okay, Michael Bay directs Mark Wahlberg. He stars as Daniel Lugo, who likes to pump himself up as a personal trainer. One day, he decides he's going to utilize the American dream by kidnapping a wealthy businessman, played by one of my favorite actors, Monk's Tony Shalhoub, and torture him until he signs over everything he owns. Now, if you've seen the trailer, it seems like this is a comedy, kind of. But it's not. But it is. But it's not. Lugo enlists two buddies from the gym to help, a couple of, steroid freaks. Anthony Mackie is essentially Wahlberg's best friend, and he wants the money so he can woo Rebel Wilson. I have no idea why, but that's what he wants to do. Gets some medicine to get his junk working again because all the steroids have killed his parts. Yeah, that's one of the jokes. The Rock plays Paul Doyle. He's a recently paroled guy who is just trying to find Jesus and set himself straight. Of course, he doesn't, and the plan spirals out of control. Everybody has an idea where this fucking movie's going.
Okay. Now,
first off, the acting, it's actually pretty decent. Wahlberg, I think, is the best he's been since Boogie Nights.
Really?
Surprisingly enough, yeah. Mackie Shalhoub, even Ed Harris pops up as a retired PI. They give the film their best. The Rock, best performance of his career. I firmly believe that. I mean, I've said a million times he's not a leading man. I don't think he is. But he's a fantastic supporting player. And here he almost saves the movie. Some of the shit that he does is fantastic. I mean, he goes from... He's going from, at one point, he's trying to stay on the straight and narrow. He's trying to save himself and, find God and everything else. And then in a blink of an eye, he ends up like a coke-snorting hooker banger. I mean, and he does both perfect. I'm guessing The Rock's done both of these. I'm just saying. He's done some research, we like to call it in the biz. So, the problem with the movie is that it has zero idea what kind of movie it wants to be. It's based on a true story. So is it satire? Maybe. Is it a crime flick? Maybe. Comedy? Maybe. Michael Bay has no fucking idea. He loves his excess. He loves cars, and he loves flashy things, and coke-snorting horrors, and, all the stuff Michael Bay loves. He loves boobies for the sake of boobies, for no reason. He loves violence for the sake of it. And normally I'm cool with that. But the movie's based on a true story. They try to tell the movie from the villain's perspective, which I'm fine with. I'm absolutely fine with that. Except for the fact it's based on a true story, and they show zero sympathy for any of the victims whatsoever. Tony Shalhoub, he has no heart. He's basically playing it. And I know Tony Shalhoub is an actor, and if you've ever seen Monk, he can play either one. He can play heart better than anybody I can think of off the top of my head. He has a great knack for playing somebody very sweet and playing somebody very horrible. He's a great character actor. And the fact that he doesn't do that in this movie means that he was directed that way. And that just really disappoints me because every once in a while they pop up shit in the title credits and say, remember, this is inspired by a true story. As in, remember, this crazy shit that's going on actually happened. Well, then give me somebody to feel sympathetic for, man. You're making it seem like the bodybuilders don't have anything coming to them. They're idiots and whatnot, but they don't have this coming to them. And they're evil fucking people. They're not redeeming in any way. That actually made me angry at a point. So I love guilty pleasures. What's that?
No.
It
I couldn't
did.
tell.
Seriously, it pissed me off. And I'm fine with it. If it would have been not based on a true story, I could go with it a lot easier. But when you constantly remind people it's based on a true story and you're essentially mocking what these people went through, I don't think it's hard for me to take that in.
That's interesting to me because we've actually been in that situation before, like 30 Minutes or Less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You like that? I thought you liked that movie,
but
though.
They handled it a lot differently. They didn't handle it like it's not the exact same story. They took kind of the events and then just went somewhere else with it. You know what I mean? It's not the same story. This is the exact same story.
Like it feels more like a biography?
No, not a biography. I mean, it's The Rock. It doesn't feel like a biography. And Mark Wahlberg should never be in a biography either, honestly. it feels they constantly pop up inspired by a true story. It came up at least 3 times in the movie, 2 or 3 times in the movie, where they actually have title credits inspired by a true story in the middle of the movie.
Like during, not just the beginning or at the very end.
Yeah, just reminding you in the middle of the movie, hey, guess what? This actually happened. Then give me some sympathy for these people. You can't have all the victims be vile human beings and the protagonist just, trying to make an honest buck by torturing people.
That sounds like that's almost like an insult to the audience that, we have to be reminded that this is based on true events.
It's quirky. Honestly, I think Michael Bay was trying to go the Coen route. I think he was trying to make a Coen Brothers movie, and we all here have seen Coen Brothers movies. If they had their hands on the same material, they could make a satire, and they could make a masterpiece out of it. Same actors, same everything else. It's in Michael Bay's hands. I love guilty pleasures, and he can make them better than most, but this is gutter filmmaking, man. There's a few clever scenes, but the film is ugly. It's confused what it wants to be. I have no idea what the direction is from one minute to the next. They go from funny to horrible to back to funny to drama. They don't know what kind of movie it wants to be. So I wish the Coen Brothers would have made this movie. It would have been so much better. I feel bad for The Rock because the poor guy, best performance of his career, and people are not going to talk positively about it. The reviews aren't great. So it's $10 full price of admission. This one's worth $4.50, and Michael Bay can personally call The Rock and thank him for getting that score over a 3. Because if it wasn't for him, that's where it would have been.
Wow.
Damn.
Sorry, Michael Bay, but this one you should apologize for. Not Armageddon. This one.